My name is Aquinas Anajonic, Nometric AA 241-299. Gonna present about geotechnical engineering project. So our introduction is pipe foundation, a deep foundation system and used when surface soils are too weak to support heavy structural loads. They transfer loads to stronger soil or rock through end bearing, skin friction, or both. In Malaysia, pipe foundations are widely used due to soft ground conditions, especially for high-rise developments such as Tun Razak Exchange (TRX) in Kuala Lumpur. This report discusses the types, working principle, application, safety consideration, and performance of pipe foundation using the TRX project as a case study. Theory and background. Pipe foundation are deep foundation system used when shallow soil is not strong enough to support heavy structures. They transfer loads to deeper, stronger soil or rock through skin friction and bearing, or a combination of both. For the Tun Razak Exchange (TRX) project in Kuala Lumpur, pipe foundation was selected because the site has complex limestone geology, uneven rock levels, and weak overlying soils. This section explaining the basic principle of pipe foundation, including their types, load transfer mechanism, design concept, and their main advantage and limitation.
Type of pipe foundation. Classification by load transfer mechanism. Pipe foundation are classified into end bearings, piles, and friction piles based on how they transfer loads. End bearing piles transfer the load directly to strong soil or rock through the pile type, while friction piles transfer the load through friction between the pile surface and surrounding soil. In the TRX projects, large diameter rock socket bore piles mainly act as end bearing piles with shaft friction providing extra support. Classification by installation method. Pipe foundations are also classified by their installation method, such as driven piles, bore piles, and micro piles, each that is suitable for different ground conditions and project equipment. For the TRX project, large diameter bore piles were chosen because they provide high load capacity with low noise and vibration. Third, rock socket bore piles, the TRX pile type. The TRX project used large diameter rock socket bore piles as its main foundation system. These piles are drilled through the soil and extend into the Kuala Lumpur limestone bedrock to provide strong support. Bentonite or polymer slurry is used during drilling to keep the borehole stable, especially in the areas uneven limestone ground. Basic design concept. Pile group efficiency. When piles are installed in groups, the interaction between piles can reduce the foundation's overall efficiency. Proper pile spacing helps distribute the load evenly and improve foundation performance. At TRX, suitable pile spacing was used to achieve good group efficiency. Second, settlement estimation. Settlement analysis is carried out to ensure that pile movement stays within safe limits. This is especially important for high-risk building to maintain stability and structural performance. At TRX, settlement analysis was performed to confirm the long-term stability of the foundation system. This is all from me. Thank you.
My name is Xiu Wei Peng. So now I'm going to present about project overview. The select case study is the Tun Razak Exchange, named TRX, development located in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. TRX is a large-scale mixed-use financial district designed to become an international business and financial hub. The development includes high-rise office towers, residential building, retail complex, hotels, and supporting infrastructure. Among the key structure is the Exchange 106 Tower. which rise to approximately 445 m, making it one of the tallest buildings in Southeast Asia. Due to the extreme structural loads and stringent serviceability requirements, a deep foundation system was essential to ensure stability and control settlement. Besides that, this is the location and soil condition of TRX. TRX is located in central Kuala Lumpur and used underlain by the Kuala Lumpur Limestone Formation and Kenny Hill Formation. The site consists of residual soils, weathered material, and irregular limestone bedrock. Karst features such as cavities, pinnacles, and voids create significant geotechnical challenge for foundation design and settlement control. To assess the subsurface condition, comprehensive site investigation including boreholes, SPT tests, rock coring, groundwater monitoring, and probe drilling were conducted. The finding confirmed the need for deep pile foundation to safely transfer structural loads to competent bedrock. Then, this is the type of foundation used. The primary foundation system adopted at TRX is large diameter board cast in situ piles socket into limestone bedrock. Pile diameter typically range from 1.2 m to 1.8 m, with depth exceeding 50 m in some locations. Construction was carried out using rotary drilling rigs with temporary casing and bentonite or polymer slurry to stabilize borehole curves. After reaching the required depth, rock sockets were formed, in reinforcement cages were installed, and concrete was placed using the Chermy method. The pulse transfer load through a combination of shaft friction and end bearing resistance provided by the limestone bedrock. Last, this is the reasons for selecting pile foundation. Pile foundation was selected for TRX due to extremely high structural loads generated by the development and the presence of weak surface soils. The foundation system allows load to be transferred safely to deeper limestone bedrock while providing effective settlement control. In addition, the flexibility of adjusting pile lengths make board piles suitable for the highly variable limestone profile found at the site. Their low vibration and noise levels also make them appropriate for construction in a dense urban environment. That's all for me. Thank you.
Now I'm going to talk about construction process of pile foundations at TRX. Construction began with site investigation and pile setting out, followed by drilling bare holes with rotary rigs, temporary casing, and slurry support to form rock sockets in the limestone bedrock. After cleaning the base, reinforcement cages were lowered and concrete was placed using the Chimney method. Strict quality control was maintained through to ensure pile integrity and educate load transfer. That's all from me. Thank you. Next, I'm going to talk about pile testing and performance evaluation. Pile performance was verified through maintained load test (MLT), pile integrity test (PIT), cross-hole sonic logging (CSL), and rocket socket core sampling. The result confirmed that the foundation system achieved the required load capacity with acceptable settlement, satisfactory structural integrity, and reliable performance under working conditions.
For this project, many engineers faces numerous challenges during this construction. The characteristic limestone condition is a hole that when the ground collapsed into a underground cavity, which is we call sinkhole, that present at the TRX challenges like a cavities, void, and irregular rock profile, and underwater inflow, which increase the construction complexity. So these issues were successfully managed using temporary casking and slippery support system and continuing monitoring and strict quality control to maintain the borehole stability and ensure the foundation performance. So with the professional engineers and the management, they successfully overcome this problem.
For the analysis of foundation performance, the engineers uses the larger diameter and rock socket bore piles at the TRX, and they successfully supported the development high structural load and providing an adequate bearing capacity while the keeping settlement within the acceptable limit. They also offer the strong resistance to lateral or an uplifting force to ensuring the stability of high risk structure. So compressive testing and the monitoring confirm that satisfactory load transfer, structural integrity, and the serviceability, highlighting the effectiveness of this foundation system in complex geological condition.
Precaution and safety consideration. Pile foundation construction involves drilling operation, heavy machinery, and, and deep evacuation, making strict safety management essential. Workers must wear appropriate personal protective equipment (PPE). While all equipment should be regularly inspected and operated only by trained personnel, behold stability should be continuously monitored to prevent collapse, and safe lifting procedure must be followed during reinforcement cage installation and concreting works. These safety measures help minimize accident, protect nearby structure, and reduce environmental impact throughout the construction process.
For the conclusion, how foundations are an effective deep foundation system that transfers structure from weak to strong with a stronger underlying layer through shaft friction and depth resistance. The TRX case study demonstrates that large diameter rods for house provide high flow capacity, high safety, and ensures depth support for high-risk building. Although challenging ground conditions such as plastic and stored in groundwater require careful design and construction, the project achieved reliable foundation performance. Overall, soil foundation remains a dependent solution for complex soil foundations besides their higher cost, longer construction time, and need for strict quality control. For the recommendation, how foundations are recommended for high-risk building and heavy structure built on a weak or variable soil. A detailed geotechnical investigation should be conducted before design to ensure the most suitable foundation system is selected. How integrity and performance should be verified through testing methods such as KIT, CSL, and load tests, while settlements should be monitored during and after construction. Environmental impact, including noise, vibration, and construction waste, should also be carefully managed. Finally, successful high foundation project depends on experienced engineers, skilled contractor, and strict quality control throughout construction.